general, though, they're focused on picks with things like the Jhin and the Sylas in side lanes, and the Maokai even throwing setups up and side laning, whereas IG...
Use a flash, and you use a flash. It's a lot of summoner spells, and it's heal burned by Mako as well. A lot of resources expended, and the play's not done!
Rookie. He's got no flash,
No
and he's got no life. It's Aki picking up first blood with a really big CS lead early on in this one. It's 16 in their favor.
Yeah, we do see the dragon going down, but significantly different timer behind. It's a full completed Triforce for this Nidalee. The start's gone. Yeah, this is first turret down, all 5 plates. The Shy is in such a dominant position in this game. You had to know you were opting into this matchup if you were Shanji, but this lead continues to grow. It's about a 35 CS lead and all 5 plates and first turret for the Shy. So definitely enabling him going forward, but Dragon has spawned. That definitely looks to be the next objective to bring up for both of these teams. Invictus is obviously in a much better spot to be able to fight this out. Not only do they have a lot of damage going for them, but look at the gold difference. He's a full 1,200 up on anyone else in the game.
Now here's the thing, though, is that when the Shy's not in a fight, NIP actually are on even footing in terms of gold. So that is where they're going to have to try to focus their resources, especially as this dragon has been started up. Going to be trying to go forward. Gala already at 500 HP, but now the Shy has joined the fight. Nature's Wrath comes out. It'll try to lock down members of IG and force them away as the dragon is secured by a ninja's Gala in the mid lane. And right now, Aki only using that ultimate a couple of times so far in this game, and he's going to try to at least force something here on the Rift Herald, as not everybody on IG is really here to respond. Also, with the Shy taking a timer to go mid, it actually allows for Doinby and Shanji to take the entirety of this tier 1 turret. So a couple of good plays going towards NIP.
Would be big for NIP to gather this. That's one of the ways they can offset their lack of immediate damage in the late game, is just entirely through Soul here because it's Infernal. And so it really does help out a lot. But we can see Aki potentially being the target here.
And it's not enough follow-up just yet, as Gala is still separated, as we actually get to see the Shy getting focused down by Shanji in the 1v1.
Oh,
Flash follows. Is that going to be enough to take him down? One more E should kill him. He heals up, but will smack him down with a Q, and he'll immediately teleport mid lane to join the fight. IG now going to be fighting a 4v5. They might have to give up this dragon up. That was entirely done by Shanji.
That is a gigantic play from Shanji. The Rift Herald going to get dropped just maybe as a bit of a distraction here as it goes mid lane, but priority still going to NIP on this dragon. There's no way to contest this if you're Invictus Gaming, and it's not just a kill on the top side. That is a ginormous shutdown going over to Shanji. So much gold in his pocket, and we could potentially be seeing, I would say, a fight here, but not really a ton to fight for. But that, you're right, 3 dragons, but very intrigued to see the Otacon priority here from Invictus. It does look like it's just going to be Jeja and the Shy trying to take this down. Rookie, of course, making his way up, but we can see a potential collapse coming in from NIP.
Big spikes on the big carries for IG as well. Gala just picked up his Flicker Blades, as well as Rookie, who has 2 items. Looks like that Otacon is just bursting down really quickly. NIP, I feel like they barely even knew this was happening. The Blue Ward just comes out way too late. The Prio will instead be here onto this mid lane tower. They send Doinby in to try to take it down. We also see Shanji pushing down to the bot lane, but now there's false lives on everybody for IG for a potential fight around the Dragon Soul that would go to NIP if they pick it up.
Yeah, that's a massive get for IG. A really nice play there. Jeja and the Shy just being very confident in starting it basically on spawn. And no real answer, but we see a teleport coming in, potential flank.
Here's Rookie. He has a lot of damage here. He dashes underneath the turret, playing with his life because he knows it's just a false one. That takes PP God down. And with the dragon spawning about a minute and change, it's a big pick to set up vision around the bottom side.
Yeah, that's the kind of pick that I think this team needs to be making. Quite frankly, that's the kind of pick that I think Ninjas in Pyjamas have needed to make for a little while, but it's a really nice play, very heads up. It's a nice use of the teleport there from Rookie. Should have more than enough time to be able to get back for this fight, and just getting more gold onto the people that need it, of course.
Caught up by Jeje. Remember, still the Otacon revives available as Doinby throws out the stolen away Sejuani ulti, looking to do a little bit of damage here. Takes Jeje down, which will send him back to base, and he will still be alive, but that will mean that he will be late to this dragon spawning. NIP still looking to scrap here. Doinby flashing forward here with the Abscond Abduct. PP God following up. NIP going wild here to try to find and engage. They could find another as Mako will drop, but it gets traded back as Aki is now dead. Just the false lives available, but NIP are running away with this one as Gala has to flash out. Everybody on IG will still be back alive. Rookie in the mid lane, hitting onto this mid lane tier 2, and most importantly, the jungler for NIP is down, which means they cannot play for this dragon.
I would say it's a good play for NIP, but at the end of the day, it's really not. You're basically losing your tier 2 mid for nothing. You're able to pop a lot of those false lives, like you said, but no way to capitalize because your jungler is down. Rookie's going to be able to easily make his way here after taking that mid lane tier 2, and it's the soul going to be delayed by Invictus. This is the huge strength of Otacon. This is the reason that this objective is so prioritized in the current meta, why it felt so important for JJ. He should have called it off, and it's that over-eagerness, but Baron is up, and we could potentially be seeing some priority here.
Wow, IG gonna start this one. Force Shanji to try to move as he's already hitting onto this bottom lane tier 2 turret. Will he teleport in to join a 5v5, or will he just continue the split push? Teleport is going to be the answer here. But the Baron's already taken down very low. Going to be over the wall. Who's going to go into the pit? It's going to be secured by JJ, and the fight has begun in earnest. Going to be steals away the quickness, going to try to just run away for now. Force shot does not go onto a crucial target. Shanji hitting onto the Shy. The W from Leave not going to land. No kills just yet in this one, and a lot of key ultimates already have been used. Both sides are going to back off, and IG get away with highway robbery.
It's Baron 0 for 0. It's the dream scenario for Invictus Gaming. They're able to get
damage. I think maybe the entirety of the turret ended up going down. I don't see the minimap exactly, but I'm sure that's why we're seeing this replay. During that entire Baron fight, the tier 3 turret was taken in the bottom side, so that is an opening maybe for Shanji to find some more split pushing, but it's not going to be for a while as the Baron buff is still in the hands of IG for the next 90 seconds. Aki's going to have to go for a play. Finds twisted advance onto Rookie. He has to go golden, uses the Emperor's Divide to push that IP away, and I think that should be it. The Shy teleports in just for a little bit of a reinforcement. But the stolen Sejuani ultimate only finds Mako. Maiden will go down as IG will begin another push.
Yeah, that's so many resources burned by NIP, and just to keep them off for one wave, it's very difficult at this point to really imagine a world. And I know we haven't talked about it much, but that's an almost 80 CS lead for Rookie in the mid lane.
3,000 kills with Rookie, or sorry, 3,000 gold, not 3,000 kills. Otherwise, the game would be long over.
Yeah, that's less than 15 minutes.
Rookie's the main beneficiary behind all of this, right? He's very, very rich. They're able to pick up the second dragon and prevent the soul for another 5 minutes.
Don't really see any reason for Ninjas in Pyjamas to try and take a fight, but as much as we talk about IG getting further and further ahead, 2 kills to 2, a 2k gold lead, but as I say that,
they've already found the Shy. He's forced to jump away. Now it is going to be another kill taken down as Mako will fall. Finally, the feat of warfare secured for Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Yeah, I mean, everything is all up and dandy for IG, so you're not too concerned. This isn't a game-throwing kind of mistake, but this one could be.
Again, caught out. This time the Shy doesn't have the flash.
My God.
And Leave will just shut him down. I don't know how he got caught out there once again, as now the curtain call is going to push Mako and Gala back. Tier 2 now going to be the focus.
Yeah, and it's not just tier 2. Baron is spawning in 15 seconds. The Shy is down for 42. It's a 4v5 on the map right now, and NIP have full control over what they want to do here. They continue to push out the mid wave, but this Baron is theirs to determine what they want to do with. Absolutely no reason for the Shy to be that pushed up with no flash, and it could really cost Invictus.
He's just running mid lane, trying to go for a flank, I guess, like throwing out a Q for fun, and then he gets caught up by a trap. Really nice deadly flourish from Leave, and now it's NIP immediately onto the Baron. That's just gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
JJ doesn't want to go in and sacrifice his life for a potential 50-50, and so that is NIP getting themselves right back into this game.
That is the throw of all throws from Invictus. They were in such a good spot, and it all washes away in 2 plays. We see Jeje and Aki, running into each other here. I don't imagine this turns into much more, although Aki could be by himself. He flashes over the wall, trying to get to Doenby.
Just trying to escape. He gets charmed up, though, as there comes JJ with the Glacial Prison. Gala and Rookie are here, dashing forward onto the Maokai. The tree will get cut down, and so that's 1 trade back that IG can be happy about. But they are facing off. But the curtain call is going to force IG back with the dragon spawning in 5 seconds. Once again, soul on the table for NIP if they can pick it up. They send Shanji with the Baron buff and the Maiden down the mid lane, and will instead look to try to just stop the recalls here for IG. Steal not in the works, as it will be the 3rd Infernal picked up for Invictus, but now they have to escape. JJ and Rookie dash over the wall. Mako falls with the grand exit, and now they're just going to try to stop the backs. Doenby chasing forward with the stolen away quickness. The Shy going to be the target, gets hit up by the Abstando Duck. Meanwhile, Shanji still hitting onto the mid lane inhibitor turret. Everybody on IG running for the hills, and NIP are looking to stop him right now. Deadly Flourish connects onto the Shy, and then Italy will get shut down. Inhibitor taken mid. Finally, Rookie able to get back to base, but NIP playing this macro beautifully, and now the bot lane inhibitor can be the next target.
Yeah, this is as perfectly played as you could possibly ask for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Rookie takes forever to get back into the base because at no point can he recall. It's a 4v5.
The ult is at half HP, gets crit up by Leave. Could this be the end of the game without a full team fight ever taking place? The first Nexus tower is down. Shanji is still really big with the Maiden, not taking a single tick of damage so far. Finally, they will force the ultimate down, and NIP will have to walk away, but they do take the entirety of a Nexus turret, and it seems like they're not done yet.
Back.
Leave, looking to try to shut down JJ. One more 4-shot, might be able to take him down. He goes back into the fountain. There comes the Azir turret, going to try to keep IG's base alive. They have not gone for the fight. They will have to pull the trigger at some point. Finally, they do. Doinby will shove JJ back. Mako dashes away, still not going to die. The Nexus is exposed, and I think can just hit it. They could just win the series right here, right now. Rookie dashing forward. The Shy is respawned. Glacial Prison goes wide, and now here comes the Shy. Knockup lands in. Doinby will fall, and IG will hold the line. On that right around that bush.
Yeah, this is such a scary situation for Invictus because one wrong move, one pick off, and the game is over. Jeje is going to have to be the only one who can walk up here, but the ult's going to go wide.
It hits my fridge. Deadly Flourish goes in onto the Sejuani. JJ goes down. It's a shutdown picked up for Leave. And now Gala is going to try to do some work here. Knockup gets canceled. Shanji picks up the kill. And IG might be cooked here in this team fight. The Shy is down. Only Rookie's alive. And there's no way he can 1v5 this one. He's going to try to clear out the wave using the Emperor's Divide. But it is sure to cost him his life. He will fall. The kill goes over to Leave. 720 gold, just the icing on top of the cake as NIP. I think they have done it. A wave is pushing in on the bot side. Both Nexus towers have a respawn, but the death timers are far too long. This is sure to be it.
This is a gigantic victory for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Look at the expression of Doinby. Look at the expression of Leave. Everyone on Ninjas in Pyjamas, you can see just how much this means to them, but they're stuck in base right now. They need to wait for some time there, but the Nexus is eventually going to get exposed, and Ninjas in Pyjamas with the 2-1.